All right, well, guys, welcome. It's 7:32 Tuesday night, and I just want to welcome you to this quick presentation. Some of you may already be with us in the business. Some of you may have been invited on this call or on this webinar to take a look for the first time. I'm not sure who you invited you or what exactly they told you this was about, but I'm inviting you to open your mind to something that you've never seen before. You know, my background, guys, is in real estate. I'm a real estate investor, educator, course creator, and an agent for many, many years. And I was introduced to something back in December of 2017. So I guess that's what, maybe 15 months ago, give or take. And it's completely changed my life. And so the purpose of tonight is just to give you a very quick and brief overview of who we are, what we're doing, and where we're going to see if that's something that you'd want to join us on. So I invite you to pay attention, okay? So you're probably going to have a lot of questions. I would encourage you to write them down and definitely get back to the person who invited you on this so we can get those questions answered for you. All right, so let's get going. I want to start off with a quick income disclosure. We are going to talk about the ability to make some money tonight. And as with anything, guys, there's no guarantees, right? You know, this is a unique type of business. It's what I love about it is that it's a remote and virtual business. We don't go to meetings. We don't go to hotel rooms. We run this business from our home, and more accurately, I should say, from our phone. So that being said, there's many different levels of participation. You know, there's some people who they just want to make an extra $200-300 a month, and that's great. There's some people who want to make $2,000-3,000 a month. There's some people who want to make $2,000-3,000 a day. And what I'm saying is you have the ability to create income, but there's no guarantees. So just make sure we're on the same page, all right? This company was actually formed by a gentleman by the name of Alex Goldstein, and out of California, out of San Francisco Bay. I always like to tell people that the distribution arm, the company New You Life, was formed about 15 months ago when I got involved. But the product itself, you'll see here on the screen for those of you watching the webinar, the product's actually been around since 2004, so 15 years. So although the marketing arm, the distribution company called New You Life, is still relatively new, not even a year and a half old, the product itself has a 15-year track record, okay? It was actually shut down by the FDA in 2010. After working closely with the FDA, very proud to tell you that this product is registered with the FDA. It's not approved. Homeopathics are not approved by the FDA, but they are registered, which means they're made in FDA compliant and tested facilities, everything down to the label and the bottle and the ingredients and everything else. So very proud to say we have an NDC code, guys, which stands for National Drug Code, and because it is a homeopathic version of human growth hormone, somatropin. The home office, as I mentioned, is in San Francisco, okay? You know, it's an interesting story. It blows my mind every time I think about it. This founder has created over 600 products. So what he decided to do is he decided to take his #1 bestseller and launch this company, which he did about 15 months ago. And this product has absolutely gone viral, guys. We haven't even really started to get into our stride, into our momentum, because it's still so new, but it's absolutely exploded. Because when you have an app, let's call it a category changer. When you have a category changing product that's exclusive, that you can't get anywhere else, think about that. There's no competition. There's literally no competition. And that's what makes this product and frankly, this opportunity so exclusive, okay? You know, the product itself, in case you're not already aware, and some of you may be hearing this for the first time, is called Somaderm. Guys, Somaderm is a human growth hormone in a transdermal gel. A lot of people think about HGH, and what do they think? They think about, you know, your Hollywood celebrities. You know, they take this HGH shots and they don't age, right? And we can name names, but we're not going to. And it's also known as the fountain of youth in some circles, right? Also, it's known for its ability to repair the body. You know, you'll see on this page right here, for those of you guys who are watching, I know some of you called in, so I want to read some of these off to you. Higher levels and increased levels of human growth hormone are associated with 40+ known benefits. So this product, it's not just like okay, here's a product and it does this. There's actually 40+ known benefits. It may increase fat loss. It may increase the increase in muscle mass, okay? It may improve sleep, may increase your recovery time. So if you're working out, if you're active, right? May enhance libido and sexual performance, may improve healing, recovery, and flexibility, may alleviate joint pain. And it goes on and on and on. Guys, here's the reason it says may, because there's no guarantees. You know, one of the things about being FDA registered is that we have to make sure we don't make what we call curative claims. So we can't say it's going to do this or it's going to that. We can say that, yes, higher levels of HGH and elevated levels are known to do this. And in fact, Thousands and thousands of us have experienced this. In fact, let me back up a second. Let me tell you my own personal story. You know, as I mentioned, my background is in real estate, and I was at a real estate meeting in December of 2017, 15 months ago, and when this was presented to me. And now, although it sounded appealing, I didn't really have time to take on any type of a new business or new opportunity. At the time, I was running 4 real estate training academies, offices, still running my real estate investing company, still running my real estate agent company, and still running my consulting firm where I coach and mentor real estate students. So the last thing I really need to do is add something to my plate, but the product intrigued me. You know, I've had 3 surgeries on my left knee. Between 2007 and 9, I've had 3 surgeries. One of them in 2009, the last one, frankly, was a major ACL reconstruction. And although they fixed me up, yes, I did the physical therapy. I did everything they recommended. I could walk. I mean, certainly wasn't crippled, but I couldn't do much more. I couldn't run. I couldn't snowboard with my kids. I couldn't ride the skateboard with them, jump off of anything. I mean, I could, but I just wouldn't be able to walk for a few days, right? So interestingly enough, when I heard about human growth hormone, I was presented this as an option. You know, my surgeon in Philadelphia back in 2009 said to me, hey, Brian, we can put you on these shots, human growth hormone. Problem is they're not covered by insurance. At the time, it was going to cost $1,600 a month, and I'd have to take a needle every day. And he said, you just come into my office, which is 40 minutes away from me in Center City, Philadelphia, to get a needle every day. So number one, I didn't want to take a needle every day. Number two, I didn't really want to spend $1,600 a month. But when it came around 7 years later, and I said, wait a minute, this is human growth hormone, but there's no doctor prescription needed. I don't have to take any needles because it's a gel that you literally rub in, and it's about 90% cheaper than the shots. I said, I'm very interested. Not to mention, guys, that the gentleman who introduced this to me, I have tremendous respect for, multimillionaire, numerous different industries. And when he said he's put himself in front of a trend that's about to go viral, I was listening, and I'm glad I did, okay? Because fast forward where we are today, and things have absolutely exploded. But let me tell you what it did for me. This is my personal testimony, guys, and I think it's very important you understand this. 3.5 weeks after taking the gel, I woke up, and for the first time in 7 years, my left knee was not sore, and it wasn't real stiff. You know, I would do these stretches that they taught me in physical therapy. Every morning, do these little bends and stretches to get to work the knee out, kind of like the Tin Man, I joke around, right? Putting oil on the knee. And I woke up after about 3.5, 4 weeks on the product, and I didn't have to do that. And it didn't have that aching, tight sore. And any of you who've had joint problems, specifically knee problems, specifically surgeries, you probably know what I'm talking about. And I told my wife, I said, my God, I said, my knee feels great today. You think it could be the gel? She said, I don't know. I said, well, it's got to be. It's the only thing different in my life, right? And it got progressively better over time. Around week 6, I also have 2 herniated discs in my neck, C6 and C7, which I should have got operated on 2 or 3 times, at least that's what they tell me. I opted not to do the surgery, did the chiropractor thing, and I managed it with a lot of Advil, frankly, and stretching and all the other stuff. Well, about 6 weeks in, I noticed that the pain in my trap muscle in my neck, which is where it hurts when you have disc problems, it went away. And if you guys ever had a pinched nerve in your neck and you know what I'm talking about, my fingertips would go numb. Literally, my fingertips would go numb. So I would work on the computer, and when my head would be down, after a couple, 3 hours, I wouldn't be able to feel my fingers anymore. And that went away as well. In addition to that, guys, I lost 7 pounds without trying. I started sleeping through the night like a baby. Like I joke around like my teenage kids, and I just started having more energy throughout the day. So I was literally on this product for almost 2 months until I even considered looking into the ability to actually make money with it and market it. Like I said, guys, I had no interest. I frankly didn't have any time. And I'm glad I looked into it, and that's what we're going to get into now. Here's some before and after pictures. You know, we have 2 Facebook groups, testimonial groups on Facebook. Again, they didn't exist a year ago. Many met tens of thousands of people. We have one for women and one for men. If you're not already in those groups, I would encourage you to get back to the person who invited you here. They can add you to the groups. You know, there's no selling going on these pages, guys. Nobody's putting links to buy products. It's not like that. These are just customers and distributors who are showing their before and afters. You know, people ask me all the time, they're like, Brian, well, is this for men or is it for women? Who's it for? Can I give it to my kid? What about my mom? She's 87. The answer is this. It's really for anybody after the age of puberty. So depending on who you talk to, 21, 22, 23 and up, your body will start making less growth hormone every year, and it goes down and down and, you know, the rest of your life. So I would say the target age, the ideal age where people really get that big drop off of growth hormone, guys, is at the age of 30. That's when people start gaining weight. That's when they're just tired and you know, they're sluggish and the afternoon crashes and all the other stuff, losing hair, joint problems, right? all the way up through your 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond. You know, if you think about it, guys, somebody who's 70 or 80 years old, they're making less growth hormone than most people that are in their 40s and 50s, because again, every age that you're, alive, your body's just making less of it. So to supplement that naturally, and I say naturally because yes, it's synthetic, but it's a bioidentical homeopathic microdose. And so it's not like the shots. It's not like these major shots. Listen, there could be some side effects with the injections, and we all know that. You see the bodybuilders who abuse the growth hormone and what happens to them, right? They get the big distended gorilla foreheads and problems with their organs. We're not talking about that. We're talking about a homeopathic microdose, okay? And the results speak for themselves, guys. They really do. A lot of people say, well, what about my wife? And what about women? Women are actually probably a bigger target audience than this for men, because what we're finding is a lot of women with the pre and postmenopausal symptoms, everything from water retention and weight gain to thinning hair to, your night sweats and all these other things, we're finding that a lot of them are getting relief from this gel. It's amazing. I didn't know much about hormones prior to 15 months ago, but I've become a student of it. And growth hormone is known as the mother of all hormones because it tends to bring everything into balance. So if people have problems with their estrogen, if men especially, a big problem in our society today, due to many factors like diet, environmental, et cetera, a lot of men are suffering from what they call low T or low testosterone. Well, when you are able to reintroduce growth hormone and get your body to that peak optimal state, you'll find that the other hormones tend to balance themselves out. Makes a lot of sense, and that's why it helps the women with the menopause and a lot of men who are suffering from that low T, which is a very big problem in our society. I'm a stage 4 cancer survivor, guys, and due to the illness that I had when I was a young man, I've been on TRT, testosterone replacement therapy, probably for about 12 years. And since starting this gel, under my doctor's supervision, I've reduced my dose twice because my body is starting to make more of its own testosterone. So again, that's my own personal testimonial, but you can't dispute that, and it's absolutely amazing, okay? The thing about working for yourself, you have to understand, is we're all busy, guys. I understand that. Remember, I told Joe when he first introduced this to me, I'm like, Joe, I don't have any time. And when almost 2 months later, when I said, this product works so good, I mean, it's something the whole country, the whole world needs. They just don't know it exists. And putting on my business hat, that screams opportunity, right? So I said, well, tell me a little bit more about this marketing. Like, what exactly do I have to do? Because I don't really have much time, but I don't want to miss out on something either, right? And he said, Brian, that's what's so great about it. We don't do meetings. We don't run meetings in hotels or do home parties or any of that stuff. He goes, we literally run our business with our phone. And we use a system that is a remote system where you can use your laptop, you can use your phone, and you can literally be on your couch at night, maybe having a glass of wine or tea or whatever you like to drink, eating popcorn and sending messages and videos and building your business. I said, are you serious? That's all I got to do? He said, that's it. And of course, guys, there's a whole complete system behind that. We utilize Facebook and everything else. And again, you can get back to the person who invited you to explain all that. This is just a kind of a brief overview. But again, it's one of those things where you set your own schedule. What I liked about this and what I felt that I could work into my life is that as busy as I was and still currently am, it's a business that on maybe 5, 8, 10 hours a week, you don't have to interfere and it won't impact what you're doing full time. We all have family responsibilities. I have 5 kids myself, right? I run numerous companies. You guys have jobs and businesses and everything else. And now we're in spring sports with the kids. So everybody's busy. But if you could carve out a few hours a week, if you could carve out a little bit of time, right, to put into something that would pay extreme dividends in the future, would it be worth it? I don't know. I mean, that's something that you would have to ask yourself, okay? But again, you work where you want, when you want, you're completely your own boss, which is awesome. Here's the pricing on getting started with us, and I want to jump right to the screen because it's important. For $199, you're in business. You're in business, guys. You get a bottle of gel. It lasts you a month. That's the $140 for the bottle, $59 for the annual registration to be an affiliate with us, and you're in business. Some people want to go with the Pro Pack, which is 4 bottles, okay? It discounts the price of each bottle. You'll see to $125, so you're getting 4 bottles, or you want to get 8 bottles, and you get the price at $117.50 per bottle. Completely up to you. You could start with the 1 and just get 1 every month because you're going to need a bottle a month, or you can get a 4-pack if you have a spouse or some other people you want to put on the product, or you can get the 8-pack, which is really the best value. Makes no difference to us, guys. It's not like you buy in at a certain level. It's just a one-time shot when you're first getting started to buy some extra bottles at a discount, and it's a wonderful idea. Now, if you don't want to build a business, let's say you were invited on this, you're called in, you're listening to this call, I'm just not really interested in any type of business, but the product sounds intriguing. I'd certainly like to try the product. Well, you could be a customer. And here's how that looks. A retail customer buying off the link of whoever referred you here, it's $169.99. Call it $170, okay? It's frankly the most expensive way to get the product, not something I recommend. You could also be what's called a preferred customer, which you save $20 a month. So for $149 a bottle, right, you're on what they call Easy Ship, where you get a bottle a month. Now you can cancel that anytime you want, and it does have a 30-day money-back guarantee. But what we're finding, guys, is that in the 15-month span that we've been doing this, the product has a 93% reorder rate. I've never, in my entire life of almost 45 years, come across anything that is reordered at a 93% rate. So we're finding that people are getting some tremendous results, and it gets pretty exciting, okay? So again, you can be a customer, or you can actually get yourself a spot. A lot of times people say, well, you know what, for that $59, I don't really have any intention to build a business, but who knows what will happen in the future. Exactly, guys, that's what I did. So you can save yourself a spot in the hierarchy of our tree here. And so once you get the results of the product, you can then entertain the idea of actually making a business of it. And keep this in mind too. A lot of you watching or listening to this, you may not currently have a home-based business. And I'm here to tell you, being self-employed for many, many years, you need a home-based business. No matter what it is, and this would be a great one, you want a home-based business, guys, because you're leaving a lot of money on the table in the form of tax write-offs, right? Tax advantages. I believe last I heard there's over 400 tax write-offs and benefits, check with your accountant, of course, for running a home-based business. And regardless of whether you get in with 1 bottle or 4 or 8, it's a complete business deduction. It's a tax write-off. So you're immediately starting your business with a deduction. So it's definitely something to keep in mind. I know a lot of you are self-employed, you're entrepreneurs already, and that's no news to you. But a lot of you, maybe you do have a job and you've never run a home-based business, or maybe it's something you've always wanted to do. You know, you see all these people making money online and e-commerce and all these other things, and you just kind of didn't know where to get started. Guys, this is a product that's not, you know, it's going viral. You know, it's going to go viral. It's going viral. We are in the process, being 15 months old, that we, in the next, I'd say, year and a half, 2 years, we are doing international expansion. We're going to start with, of course, with Mexico and Canada. We're going to go into South America. We're going to go into Europe. We're going to go into Asia, and just, it's going to be a global brand. You know, timing is important in businesses like this. You know, there's always those opportunities, the Bitcoin, the Apple stock, all these things. Well, if I only got in early, yeah, I get it. This is your opportunity, okay? So if you've been looking for something, I would encourage you to jump, you know, jump off the cliff and figure it out on the way down, like they say. You got nothing to lose. And you got your health, your longevity, and feeling young again, which most people would give an arm and a leg to pay for, guys. And again, most people would love this product. They just don't know it exists. And if you're the one who introduces it to them, and you can put yourself in front of this trend that's going viral, you stand to profit greatly. And you have a whole team of people here to help you. So guys, that's our presentation tonight. I want to keep this very brief. I highly encourage you, please get back to the person who invited you. Answer, you know, they can answer any questions you have. And if they can't answer them because they're brand new, they'll get you on the phone with somebody who can, maybe even myself. So guys, have a great night. Thanks for tuning in. God bless you. And I hope to be working with some of you guys soon. All right, take care.